Hey there, everybody. It is I, Ninyoi. Peep the new fit. I know I'm looking cute. What? Chopped? Oh my, no way I'm chopped. I'm the only one allowed to hate around here. Get out of here with that, man. I'm not going to listen to your incessant hating about my fit. We're just going to go ahead and get into it, shall we? First off, we're going to start with the intro. Hold on, let me get a taste of this true beauty, this true essence of this intro. Hold on, here you go. いつも迷惑ばかりかけるけどいつも散々困らせちゃうけどそれでも隣にいてくれる君のそばにずっと It's just an honestly amazing intro. I will hear no rebuttal from anyone. Let's slap a big old good old fashioned S on that. Would recommend, would ride down the street listening to it. But now, without any of the formalities, I actually do want y'all to go watch this show for yourself. So I'm only going to recap the first 2 episodes of it in a very Ninyoi type of fashion. And let's get into it, shall we? The first scene comes in. Very relatable. The house got blew up because of, circumstances that will be explained later. Look at it, bro. You cannot live in that. Feels bad? It was a nice big house too, but unfortunately, now they gotta move away. The 2 kids, Nico and Morihito, they friends and all. You can tell that the fact that they gotta move is just eating Nico up inside. However, Morihito is unfazed. That young and already a YN, sad day indeed. You see, Nico and her mom are witches, not the wicked kind, the anime kind. So they gotta move to the home country so Nico can master her powers, and she promises our little YN that she'll come back when she does. They shake on it, and it jumps to the present. Immediately, we are greeted with the fodder. I didn't care about them. You shouldn't either. Just know that they're mad at our goat because he scooped up the nerd that they were picking on and hit the Jets. But that's in the past. We're here now, and they attack him. He does in fact have that weave certification. So they miss every attack because they're trash. Until tragedy strikes. He throws on purpose. Questionable play, I'm sure. But let's hear why. You see, long story short, Morihito is an ogre. I understand he doesn't look like it, but it's because they evolved past looking big and mean. Then after his boss recapped that information, he then startles our goat here by saying Nico is coming back. Then, after giving him this devious ass look, said that he's going away for a while and the 2 of them will be living together. Let's be completely for real. We all know that their parents just want grandchildren. They ain't slick. You ain't fooling me. Fast forward some and Morihito is sitting there reminiscing about Nico. And she was cute and clumsy, and he wonders how much she's grown. Then she had to go and dash his dreams. How do you immediately destroy something upon arrival? Good to see that clumsy streak is still up. Nico gets up, and honestly, she's a banger. W's in chat for our goat here. She tried to play his heartstrings, but he wasn't having it. Hit her with the, nah, we're gonna clean my house first. Then he started going in on her, saying, I can't believe you did this. Head empty, but your wallet better not be. You're paying for this. She said she was sorry, tried to pick up the glass with her bare hand, brain smooth, but our boy locked in and told her to go sit down and eat some cookies he baked. Good to see she was unfazed though, because she immediately goes about lusting for this man. She saw that he's good looking, can cook and clean, and can fight, and she got moist off rip. The ogre unspoken riz needs to be studied. Then, sometimes later, she remembers she's a witch and performs witchcraft to fix the window in exchange for my goat's favorite cup. She apologizes for the betrayal and says she's a terrible witch, but Morihito consoles her. If you think this man's unspoken riz was powerful, look what happens when he praises her. Do you see her? This is an extremely delighted woman. Morihito is him. Moving on though, she wants to show him the flattening spell and wants her to give him an item to do it on. Remembering the cup, he tells her no, so she cast it on herself. Big mistake. She ends up getting sucked outside because they left the glass door wide open for some reason, and Morihito has to save her. After the chase scene, she ends up stuck in a crack. The foolish would celebrate this, but this situation actually turned dire because the spell is about to wear off. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think would happen if a normal person was smushed in a crack that size? I'll tell you, nothing good. Then as a blessing or curse, Thug A, known as actually Momota, shows up because this is actually his house. He presses the fish-headed fuck for a vacuum cleaner to suck her out. But Momota, being the prick he is, reminds our goat why Morihito let him beat him up in the first place. When they were kids, Morihito couldn't control his strength properly and smacked Bro so hard that he maimed him. So Morihito stopped fighting back. But right now, today, he's a changed man. He can hold back, but nah, lives are at stake. Back when he was trying to control his powers, he learned the Ogre Kigon technique from his pops to better handle his power. It's basically their fighting style. He pops the super, narrowly missing Thug L honestly, and saves Nico just in time. Later on that day, after the whole escapade happened, they went shopping for stuff for Nico in the house because obviously the little ass backpack she was carrying ain't exactly a briefcase. Morihito was carrying most of it, but didn't want to. All because you got the power doesn't mean you want to get used for it. The bros can relate. He also tells Nico it would be better to keep her powers on the low, but she parried it because witches have to help others with their magic. She popped another spell in broad day, in the middle of the street I might add, to make the loot lighter. Morihito praises her again, got her writing fanfiction in her head, but there's no time for that because all of a sudden there's a fire and someone's stuck on the balcony in said fire. Nico immediately pops the wand to try to fly to him, but Morihito tries to stop her, but she convinces him easily because all she had to say was lives were at stake. So you know exactly what that means. They both fly up there and get the lady to safety. Turns out 2 is a couple, but 3 is a crowd because the wand has a 2-person weight limit. They start sinking fast, so Morihito says cast a lightning spell on him, and when it hits, everything seems fine. However, it seems Morihito has turned into Chill Guy because he has lighter personality because of the spell. Even with how light he is, it only helped him hold off the inevitable. Cause they start nosediving again. In a pinch, Nico casts lightning on herself and they land safely, though they're both now airheads. They got thanked for it, but they just so happen to realize that they left all their crap on the sidewalk. Huge L, by the way, so they gotta go get it. At the end of the exciting day, Morihito has a flashback to right before his pops left. Seems Nico's mama had a bad omen about her daughter. Says her daughter's life's in danger. So it seems like we're gonna get some action in here. It's not just gonna be a rom-com like you thought. So let's just keep going. Episode 2 starts with the morning after and our goat is sitting there enjoying life. However, it was short-lived because Nico comes downstairs like he put them things on her last night. But newsflash, nothing happened. He quickly tells her to be aware he's a man and to put on some clothes. She goes back to her fanfic dimension, talking about she wants him to jump her. Like, baby, you're just horny. Get cleansed. After that, they go to school to start the first day of the year. Nico sees how mature everyone looks and expects Morihito to confess to her. He calls her out and dashes her dreams immediately because he just told her keep her magic under wraps yet again. They get into class where you learn about another character that will be important later. They're fine. Jesus. Teacher, who's also an otaku. I put a ring on it personally, but I digress. The class goes about introducing themselves and it's full of weirdos, jocks, and absolute haters. I think of them as background noise because I'm kind of a douchebag, but our goat is taking notes because he's studious. However, lead pencil erasers have proven yet again that they're butt, and upon first application of said eraser, it crumbles. Had bros feelings hurt. Nico doesn't like to see him unhappy, W lady, so she tries to cast a size up spell that will make the eraser bigger because her fanfic think that if she does, she'll get praised. Also, real quick, the magic in this world is butt. What do you mean that for this spell, I need to aim and shoot and hit that little target directly in order for it to work? Nico, of course, is not in phase, so she misses the shot and hits his ahogi instead, turning him into gone freaks. Teacher knows ball. She said the exact same thing. W lady. Then I want to rag on the magic more because what do you mean that to dispel said spell, you gotta hit the exact same spot? Kinda L mechanics. Of course she misses again and turns him into a bobblehead. How that went unchecked by him, we'll never know. At this point, Nico panics and fires again. And immediately you notice 2 things. 1, how the flim flam did his head shrink. And 2, how on earth did she hit his opposite arm? What type of trick shot did she pull? Maybe she is in phase. At the worst time ever too, because it's his turn to introduce himself. He's pissed because he deduced that it was her fault. Then after that shebang was over, he told her to fix it. She starts the spell and gets called, so she accidentally hits herself with it, turning her into a giant. Again, I'm pissed at the casting mechanic. What do you mean there's starting and end lag on these moves. Being a witch is F tier. At that point, she just says she's a witch because in this situation, there is no way you can lie out of this. However, the day is saved. Her mom already told the faculty she's a witch. Like it's just the most normal thing in the world, I guess. And the introductions and the day is over. Argo thinks it's over for her. She won't be able to make any friends because of the stuff she pulled earlier. He's quickly proven wrong when two new girls, Kaoru and Cuckoo, invite her to hang out. Honestly, both bangers. Very cute. She's happy, but still looks back to ask Morihito for permission. He lets her and they head off. As soon as the girls get to the restaurant, they immediately get hit on by some schmucks. But my girl Kaoru was on go. Hit him with the, "We ain't going out with you bum asses." Scram. Honestly, it was kinda tough. My respect. After some banter by the women, Kaoru pulled up Morihito, asking Nico what that nice piece of man was and asked if they were dating. Nico denies it, but did make sure to say they're living together, causing Kaoru to squeal. Then she says if they aren't dating, could she introduce them because she would want a boyfriend. Meanwhile, outside, the chumps were thinking of putting the hurting on the women for rejecting them. You already know what that means, ladies and gents. Lives are at stake. While Nico is running defense lying about Morihito to keep him to a circle, he's doing the exact opposite of how she's describing him, all because he wants her to be happy. The girls come out talking shit, which you can hear by the way, and the day ends. The next day, Nico is popular now, which makes Morihito happy. He's popular too, but it's with the weirdos. Kaoru pops up with the idea to abuse her new friend's abilities to the entire class. Morihito doesn't like that because magic isn't a toy. Nico immediately starts using it like a toy and uses gravity magic to turn the entire class into the wish version of the Infinity Castle. After they put it back, the teacher decided that they were having free period today. And being American, I don't really know what that's like, where you goof off all class period and it's sanctioned by the school. You understand? The class starts brainstorming ideas. They're all trash though. Then Kaoru, being the repeat offender she is, brings up the bright idea to abuse Nico's magic again. Morihito, of course, objects, but he has no choice. Nico decides to let the class do flying training. She casts, and everyone starts having fun. Especially them, because of course there's a Dragon Ball reference to the flying scene. Why? Why not? The teacher can't play though. Sad day. The entirety of the school is watching the courtyard in envy because they're playing those trash games that the main class were talking about at first. Morihito is standing there watching over the class and Nico to make sure things go smoothly. She pokes him about why he won't show the class his powers, with being an ogre and all. And we go into a flashback of other kids being afraid of him and avoiding him, so he has trust issues about it. Then after the moment, Nico spots a truck in the courtyard. Pretty normal. Him then somehow proceeding to drive into a big pink barrier and go out of control is not normal. It's not invisible. How did he not see that? He drifts out of the barrier, then starts plummeting. And then, ladies and gentlemen, say it with me now. Lives are at stake. Morihito saves the day yet again. With his cover blown, he comes clean about being an ogre. You can tell he doesn't want to say it, but his honesty was rewarded actually with praise for his heroism. He's confused as to why they aren't afraid, but they tell him they already have a witch in the class. So her childhood friend being an ogre isn't far stretched at all. After that, the class got even more lively, with a witch and an ogre in the party. Morihito is happy for Nico, but could he maybe stop attracting weirdos? And there you have it. First time I ever did a video like this, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Drop some likes or subscribes, I'd greatly appreciate it. But either way, if you don't, that's fine too. I'm doing it for the love of the game mostly. I hope you have a good day. God bless. Yet another job well done for one known as Ninyoi.